Welcome back. This week on the channel, we've been super busy this week and I've been super stressed out as usual. We've got no JB this week. We've given him a week off as he hasn't had a day off in quite a while. I reckon his last day off would have been about a year and a half ago. So we thought we'd treat him to a week off. So he's probably at home relaxing, drinking beers. Good on you, JB. So we've been full steam ahead here at the shop. Boys have been hammer and tong getting it done. So we've done a fair bit in the last couple of weeks since we last seen you guys, and we'll run you through what we've done on that. You guys would have met Gary last time. He's a new beater, so he's been on this project, hammering it, getting it done. So we'll get to the other side. Anyways, started on the filler work on this side, started doing the fill on the bonnet, welded up some holes in the bonnet where it used to have the badge there, so we've deleted that. We've still got to give the whole bonnet a skim over. So we've just started roughing that in. Got all the gaps and stuff perfect, as the other side was, if you want to show them that, Raf. So yeah, as you can see, fucking gaps are beautiful there. We've done the sill panel. We're yet to still work on this area here. We've got to do a bit of some oxing in this area as it's got a high ridge there. So we yet to do that. We've started on the repairs here. There's a little bit of a dent from when the quarters got pressed on. Back here. So this car, the tray is going to be body colour. So we've JB actually done this. So JB went through and he's done all the dents. Gary showed him and showed him what to do and how to go about fixing the dents. So he's done a pretty good job there. So well done, JB. So that's going to be painted body colour. So that has to look exactly the same as the outside. So a lot of hours go into that to reproduce what the outside's going to look like. So still yet to do a lot there. We've still got to wire wool some seam seal out of some spots and re-seam seal it all up, prime it up, rub it, all the usual stuff. Tailgate is now all lined up, as you can see. The lines are beautiful there. Gary's just going around doing a bit of filler there from where he's messed around with it. The other side, we'll take you around the other side now. Let's go this way because I'm a bit big. It's a bit more access this way for me. Nose cone as well. You would have seen last time, Gary flipped that and we're starting to file that. That's now been coated in epoxy, ready for filler. This side's in primer. So we've primed this side, it looks good. It's in a PPG primer build, so it's a high build primer, the best of the best in the range of the PPG products. So we've put 3 coats of that. You can't put any more, it is pretty thick stuff. So as per data sheet, recommendations no more than 3 coats. So we've put 3 on that. We'll now block it back. If there's a few areas that we're not happy with, we'll tweak them up and then re-prime them. Also the roof is now ready for primer too. So that's all been fillered. So tomorrow, Chris will be on this. He'll start masking it up, start prepping it. We'll start priming what's ready. So the door guard, roof, the quarter panel, we'll leave that. We'll prime it up one hit. Tailgate will get primed. Yeah, and then we'll be cranking on. We've probably got a couple of days next week on it. We'll do the bonnet, nose cone, and the quarter panel. And this car's pretty much done with Gary. You can go into the paint shop. And yeah, do you want to tell him what you've done, Gary? He was a bit camera shy. He doesn't want to be on it. You got to say something, bro. You got fans, bro. They were saying, you know, Gary's good, Gary's nice. Yeah, you got a few phone calls saying, what are you doing working for that fucking Lebo?
Once again, Chris pretty much covered most of it. I'm just about dead. My arms are sore. Back, legs, everything. We've been down the side, across the roof, on this side. We've got a couple of little bit of issues on these quarter panels, but we've pretty much got this thing nailed. So hopefully, probably next week. We'll see that.
Wednesday or something like that around there should be, you'll double it, about Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll see a little bit of primer on this and it'll start looking like a vehicle again.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what you've done with this car?
We had this one roll into the shop as well. Obviously the windows, front rear windows been taken out. Found a few little issues as per normal, but it's not too bad. Nothing we can't handle. It's just closed door respray, pretty much. Do the dents on the outside, start sanding down, bit of filler work, and we found a few little rusties in that down the bottom here, which we'll get stuck into. We'll cut some sections out, obviously, and yeah, it'll be happy days. So it's it, day in, day out. This is what it's all about.
Yep. So as Gary touched base, he started doing the filler work. Still got to do the rust in it. This is coming for a closed door respray. Has crow's feet on the front flip panel, roof and bonnet, so we're still yet to bare metal them next week. The aim of the game, as we usually do on these cars, We'll get all the sides done. We'll prime up the sides and the tops. So while we're doing the rust repairs, it can fully cure and shrink and do what it needs to do. Obviously not going back to bare metal. The acrylic sometimes tries to fight with the 2-pack. So the longer you let it sit, the better it is. So we'll prime it up, let it do its thing. We'll carry on doing the rust repairs. By the time we've done the rust repairs, we'll then blow in the areas that we've done the rust repairs with primer. And then we'll block the whole car and get it painted. So closed door respray on this one. Aim of the game on this one is like the Venetian Red VL we did a few weeks ago, is to get it nice, tidy cruiser. No show car, but yet by all means still look good and for street duty. So that's all happening there. We had this VL in here, had rust around the front window, starting to bubble. Someone has done a respray restoration on this car at some point, and they've done a pretty good job. It's not the best, it's not the worst. You know, it's a nice, nice tidy cruiser. So it just started to rust around. The windscreen wasn't sealed in properly. Had a VT style front windscreen conversion, so the front molds were just with the rubber all the way around. We've converted that back to how it's meant to be from the original. We've fabricated 2 new sections down the side of the A pillars, welded them in. We've painted through the roof, down through the quarters, so we're not blending anything, so it doesn't peel back later on down the track. So yeah, like I said, we put new window roof lining lacing in behind the window, brand new molds at the front there to bring it back to the VL, how they came from factory. And while we're there, we got all the chrome polished and redone and dented. All the dents have been knocked out, so that looks awesome. We also put some new quarter glass surrounds. The previous ones were maroon, the same color as the car, so we've painted them gloss black, the same color as the car, as the frames. This car's leaving today. Davian's just finished putting the chrome on. Now it's to go into the wash bay, get washed, get detailed, have a QC on it, so which is quality control check by myself, and then that's be ready to go this afternoon. Chris is in the booth. He's working away on a wild track. That's in for a full paint protection package. Being black, obviously there's a lot of work involved, so he's been going hard at that today. Vljet. So I did this car back in 2020. I painted it and restored it, full bare metal. Yeah, full bare metal, painted in jet black. Didn't get flow coated as he didn't want it flow coated. Looks fucking sick. We did a full interior package on it, so the customer sourced some nice Madeira trim. We went ahead and done a full interior package for him, and it looks fucking good. I really have some sentimental value to this car because Costa, when he brought the car in, was just a normal client, and he's become a close friend of mine now, and yeah, he's one of my best mates, and we've grown a relationship, and from the car, from doing it, and just getting along. So yeah, no, it's brought us close together as friends, and we're all about making friendships and a relationship here with our clients, you know, go cruising and stuff like that. And yeah, we keep in contact pretty much every day, and yeah, it's good. Isn't that, Costa? It's telling you how you're my best friend.
Yeah, best mates, mate.
So, I'll take you through, have a look. The car, like I said, we painted it back in 2020. It's been, since then, it's been undergoing wiring, PDMs, new ECUs, full new loom throughout the car. It's had a fucking RB30 package done by SPC, Southern Performance Centre in Lonsdale. Hayden and his team have done a fantastic job, and you'll see that in a minute on what they've done. So we'll touch base on that. Quick rundown, forged RB30. It's got a 3584 Gen 2 turbo on it. Garrett, cam, Plasma Man inlet manifold, 6-boost turbo manifold. It's running a Paul Rogers 2-speed power glide. It's got a built rear end from CK Racing, still a Borg Warner, 31 billet axles. Diff isn't shortened. All the undercarriage has been done. It's running CK chassis connectors. Very, very similar to my car, this car is. So very similar package. I know a lot about it because I helped Costa throughout the build, and we did it, you know, always touch base and pretty much come up with a combo. So has been tuned. Costa's never driven anything faster than a Mitsubishi Express van. It made 465 horsepower, 465 kilowatts on 30 pound. It's got 500, probably more in it. We come to a decision, we're going to leave it at that. It's till he gets used to the power so he doesn't kill himself. And once he's confident and he gets used to the power, then he can go run amok. So we'll take you through and let me introduce you guys to Vljet. So have a look at this thing, looks fucking banger.
Again, Damien here. I think last time we saw each other we had it fitted up, all screwed together. Now I've welded it. So if you come through, if you have a look inside, all the plug welds done. All the plug welds, all up there, it's all done. Same as on the other side. So that's all welded in. The top wiper panel buckets welded in up and under there, and same with the dash panels all welded. So she's basically back together. I'm yet to finalise a few things, like I've got a box section here. Like I always say, you know, you've got to keep it protected. It's never usually sprayed with enough from factory. This wasn't too bad. Had a little bit of surface rust building up, so I've cleaned it. I've painted it black. And then where we weld, we do the weld through primer, the copper spray. Same as here. So when it goes on, this goes on like that. Keep in mind this gets all cleaned up and repainted. It's not in the exact spot, but that's basically the way it goes. And we'll never have a problem. We'll won't have a problem for a long time. So as you can see, I haven't done this side. So if you come around here, Rav, excuse my mess, I'm a bit of a messy worker. But this is how you start. Like, we just cleaned it all up, all the welds are done. Clean it all up. I'll mask it where it's got to be welded, and then I'll paint it black, and then paint the copper spray. Same with the cap. You know what I mean? A little bit of rust there, so a bit of a grind, clean it up, and then that goes there. So once they're cleaned up, I won't weld them on. I want to leave them off. The simple reason is I want to finalise this section here. I want the guard to fit nice and snug around, and when the wiper panel sits, I want that nice gap through here. So I've got that bit off the donor car. As you can see, it's a little bit rusty, but I'm not worried about that. That's the shape I want there. So I'll cut that to where I want it. That'll sit in there, and then I will do the rust repair, because there is rust repair all the way along. There's a lot to do there, but like I said, this is the shape I want. This here, and when the actual wiper panel sits on that bit there. So I want to get that right. I don't think that'll be in the way, but I want it off so I can just get that right first. Once that's done, I'll finalise the wiper panel, and then I've got the back cut to do through the floor. And then basically that's the welding done for the crashed side of it. And then after that, we move into rust repairs. The customer wants a smooth engine bay, so we've got a lot of clean up, a lot of stuff to do in here, but you'll see that in coming days. But basically it's just touch and base, just to tell you where we're at, and this is where we're at. It's all back together, it's structural again. So yeah, that's where we're at. A lot of work, a lot of grinding and welding. And just to keep in mind, if people try things like this at home, is don't start in one corner and just start welding. You'll be very surprised at what heat does to panels or alignment. Because you can concentrate the heat on one side, it might pull it all to that side, and you'll have nightmares. So what I aim to do is I usually do between 6 to 10 welds, move over to the other side. The rule of thumb, if you can touch it, you can weld it. So it still might be warm, but as long as you can hold your hand on there, you can weld it. So that's what I've done. You just go a little bit of to and fro, a little bit everywhere, and I like to do a bit of grinding as I'm going. Otherwise, at the end of it, you're going to have like 100, 200 plug welds to grind, and it's a nightmare. So that's where we're at. And yeah, hopefully next time we speak, I've started the engine bay. It would be good, but we don't know. It depends what we are doing. So yeah, that's where we're at, people. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, we have been super busy. I don't have much camera time this week, getting cars done. But don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in another fortnight.